What's going on, everyone? My name is Justin, and welcome to the Miss My Ex podcast, and I am here to talk to you about a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, which is Born This Way. I'm a big fan of the song Born This Way because I think it is indicative of everyone in this world, whether or not they want to admit it or not. I definitely don't think that everyone wants to admit all of the things about themselves that people don't know. I think people like to hide that stuff. I know I did for the longest time, but I'm going to do a video today about my Born This Way, and then I can kind of get you to the point of why I wanted to do this video and why I wanted to talk to you guys so much about Born This Way. I mean, I keep saying the words Born This Way, Born This Way, Born This Way, Born This Way, but it's just one of those things that you're going to have to put up with. Born This Way. Born This Way, Born This Way, Born This Way. My backstory, Born This Way in terms of the things that I like that might not be known or I guess might be embarrassing to some people. First thing you need to know about me is I love musicals. Love them, can't have enough of them.
I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistakes.
Leah Michelle. Love singing. I love singing in the shower. I love singing in my room. I love singing in the car. I love singing around my friends. They always tell me to shut up, and they're like, why are we friends with this guy? They say it out loud, but then the very next day they're hanging out with me again, so they must like something that they're hearing, so thanks, guys. My Born This Way secrets include the fact that my favorite thing in the world to watch for 6 years was Glee, and now that it's off the air, that's pretty much the only music I'll listen to on my iPod. Like, I'll listen to the radio when a song comes on and people are in the car, but if I had the choice, I'd either be listening to podcasts, which I love listening to, or I would be most likely listening to Glee. You can ask my trainer, Steph. She'll even tell you that whenever she comes over to my place and we work out for an hour, well, she tells me what to do. She's not really working out. I can only assume she's just bored. But while she's there, I blast the Glee on the speakers, and that's all I'm listening to for an hour. And she might not admit it, but she likes it. She likes it. So that's one of my Born This Ways. Another one of my Born This Ways is I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I love playing it. I play with my friends. I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things. I do it competitively. A lot of people might not know this about me. They might, but it's one of those things where you just kind of have to embrace yourself, and you have to just put yourself out there and say, yeah, I'm not 6, and I play this game. And there's a lot of people my age who play, so don't judge me. Stop. I see your judgy little... Stop it. No more... Enough with the judge.
It's time to duel!
I see your judgy little... Stop it. No, play Yu-Gi-Oh! What the hell? But I thought you were cool. That's an impression of someone I might know in this world, but the only thing is they, for the most part, haven't actually said those words. It's just something I think that they're thinking. Like, I think they think I'm cool until I tell them I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And then they're like, oh, so he's not cool. So, yeah, most people haven't actually said those words. I just imagine that they say them to me. At least I hope. Hey, why today of all days am I doing Born This Way? I don't know, Justin. Why don't you just tell us instead of asking rhetorical questions? Well, it's because of what's going on near and dear to my home, which is in Fort McMurray. There are fires happening right now where people are being evacuated from their homes, and they're actually coming to our city of Edmonton, and people are just being so generous and so sweet and so helpful to the evacuees that these victims have been welcomed into our home. And I guess I just really appreciate what the people of Edmonton are doing, and even in Calgary, and everyone in Alberta is really stepping up. The REDCROSS donations I heard have been unbelievable, and kudos to the Canadian government for stepping up and saying they'll match any donations that the Red Cross get from the public. So that's great. But what the hell does that have to do with Born This Way? Well, what it has to do with Born This Way is actually kind of what went on a few months ago with the Syrian refugees and people in Canada not wanting to help. Well, some people in Canada. I shouldn't say people in Canada. That kind of encompasses all of us into one group of people, which I don't think we like. The only time I think we like being encompassed as a group is when we're winning at hockey in the Olympics, and then all of a sudden we are one. So I want people to embrace the other definition of Born This Way, and that's the whole point of this. With the Syrian refugees, people didn't want them to come into Canada because they weren't Canadians and they weren't sure, they weren't safe, but I think we all have a Born This Way in us about who we are and what we don't want people to know about us and what we do want people to know about us, the things we're embarrassed about, the things that we're not embarrassed about. I mean, for me, I used to be embarrassed about all the things, and now it's just kind of like I embrace it. I am who I am, and I can't help it. I didn't choose to to want to watch Glee every day. I didn't choose to want to sing along to their songs all the time. I didn't choose to want to be in a musical, but I do all those things, and I've done all those things. And so when it comes to Born This Way, with the refugees and with the people in Fort McMurray, they didn't choose to have their homes burnt down. They didn't choose to be born in a country in turmoil. They didn't choose to have these things happen to them, but it's up to us to do what we can to help. So I've helped very little. I mean, this video is trying to raise awareness, but I've donated some money as much as I can afford, and I think everyone should get together and do the same. And so if you want to help, the Red Cross is taking donations right now. If you text the number 30333, you can donate $5. It's just a $5 donation, but every $5 counts. There's different ways to donate, but that's the one that I was made aware of that will help the most. That for the most part, people have been very, very helpful and very, very generous. And this is not a time to talk politics. This is not a time to be, pro or against Justin Trudeau or pro or against Rachel Notley or whoever you do or don't like. This is a time to embrace the Born This Way. They were born this way. We got to help them out. We got to do what we can for them because we all are born certain ways, where we're born, what we do, what we love, and it's in human nature to want to help. So guys, get together. Let's make people from Fort McMurray feel like they're at home here in Edmonton or in Calgary or wherever they're being displaced to, and let's help these guys out. Remember guys, embrace your Born This Way, because that's what I'm doing, and I love it. It's the best. It just frees your mind, frees your everything. Just embrace it. There's no reason not to. You guys want to know what really bothers me about being born this way? This little eyebrow hair missing here. I was born this way. It's never growing, and it always bugged me.